Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed Strickland. Prepare to celebrate.
That night, I did not realize I was setting an example. I thought I was just supposed to be me because that's who I am all the time because everybody else is taken. So I decided I was going to be me, and I had a good time, and I partied, and I ended up, I can't remember if I put a dress on or what exactly happened.
Today on the Nice Guys podcast, fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, miracles. Oh, no, that's The Princess Bride. Most days they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and
Erica. Well, I didn't quite get the first word that you said in, so you may want to repeat that, Erica.
I said, "Oh fuck yeah."
And we begin. The fun begins. Well, in honor of Strickland not being here today, I have a big glass of Fireball.
and I have green tea with boba. I just sent my husband out to get me one because I couldn't be on without that. I was going to say, in honor of Strickland not being here and me pinch hitting, that I was going to purposely show up late. But then I thought, nah.
Erica, that's very, very, that's very cruel of you, but
it is
good.
Very cruel. But today I've had a really rough one. So just watch what comes out of my mouth.
All right. Well, you were supposed to have come from the gym, and it does not look like you were gymming before you got here.
What, you want to see my armpits? No. Yes, but no. Not the gym next door. The room next door to me is our home gym, and we have a really good home gym. Lots of equipment in it, and a mat table, and do you know what a new step machine is?
No.
Go Google new step, NUSTEP. We have one of those in there, and that's like my favorite.
NUSTEP machine. Oh, wait a sec. Hold on a minute. My interwebs don't. New step machine. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, you get to sit down as you go upstairs? What is this?
It's recumbent. Well, that's good for me because I have mobility issues and I am occasionally using a walker, a wheelchair, or whatever. And for me, that's the best way to work out. So it's probably one of the most amazing machines on the planet.
So I have all sorts of questions. I see them everywhere in price range from $119 to literally $4,700. Which one?
They actually go up to $8,700. But if you're going to get a real one and a good one, they are about that much. Mostly they are machines that are in like at PT places or at elder care or gyms or people that have challenges. And I'll just have to tell you a fun story. And I know we haven't even started yet, but I'm joking.
We haven't started, but that's Then again, this is how Strickland and I always start. So why the hell not?
The fun story is I had joined this gym about 9 years ago, and it was a local little thing. And it was way more than that. It had to have been before the crash of 2008. Jeez. Yeah, okay. So it was right then. And I had joined this gym, and they had a brand new one of these machines, and I loved it. And this is a little local gym. There are maybe 50 members at the most. Mm-hmm. And we were barely used it a couple months, and shit hit the fan with real estate, et cetera. And the guy had to give up the gym and sell all his equipment. And he knew I had been coming there using it. And at that point I was walking with a cane, and he knew that this was a really great machine for me. And he said, I'm going to offer you something. He said, this machine cost me at this place. And that was at that time, this version, $4,500. And I want to sell it to you if you want it. And I'll give it to you for $800. So I got this thing for $800. It's in splendid shape. It's the most remarkable machine on the planet. And it does a lot of people great.
And you've had it for like 16 years or something like that.
Yeah. And I get it serviced like every year. And it works on a pulley. It's really quite remarkable. So
Yeah, well,
now I should do Strickland's thing and say welcome back, because I'm not
yeah,
Strickland.
feel free to say whatever you want.
Welcome back. My name's Erica Ross Krieger, and I'm pinch hitting for Mr. Strickland fucking Bonner. And on the other side of the microphone is Mr. Doug Sandler with a drink in his hand.
Yeah, well, in honor of Strickland not being here today, I have poured myself the remaining portion of Fireball that was in the bottle, and it was about half a glass worth. So by the time we get done with today's episode, I will be feeling really good.
No pain.
If you haven't actually heard Erica on this podcast before, you're in for a really huge treat. And if you have heard her on this podcast, I have two words to say. I'm sorry, because she has a much better show. It's called The Entrepreneur's Cafe. And she is, you do that show weekly, don't you?
I do.
But how long?
And you produce it.
That's why I have such a great team. I don't even know how many episodes you have.
How long is the episode, or how long has the show been?
Well, it doesn't matter how long your episodes are. They're great episodes. How long have you been doing the show?
Since the day you helped me launch. So that was during the pandemic. So what, 4 years? 2020? Yeah, 2020.
A testament to your consistency.
August 18th, and you said the week before, you're going to get this show up in 4 weeks. And I said, no way. And you said, yes way. And you were right.
Well, that's the first time. There's a first time for everything. So Erica has the Entrepreneur's Cafe. I don't even know who's producing this episode, because Strickland is out of town with Sally, and I think they're either cruising or they are doing something in replacement for the cruise, or part of the cruise, because the cruise is running through some hurricane turf, I guess.
Oh my God!
I don't really know. I think he's going to spend a couple days in Orlando. They're going to spend a couple days in Orlando, and I think they're getting on the cruise on Saturday, but I don't 100% know. All I know is he needed an advance on his pay to make sure he could pay for the remainder of the cruise. Strickland. So
where were they supposed to cruise to? You had no idea?
I don't ask a lot of questions. Strickland and I have been friends since 1998. And I think I listen to what he says, but I probably don't do the friend role of asking a lot of questions about what he says. And I'm curious what that says about me, because people ask me questions all the time about Strickland, and I don't know most of the answers.
Actually, I think that means you're just really loving and tolerant, and whatever rolls. You know, I
can remember coming home from some business meetings on the golf course, and that's how we used to operate business meetings in the early 1990s. They probably still operate this way, but I don't play golf anymore. And my wife at the time, Fern, used to say to me, "Hey, you guys spent 6 hours together. What'd you talk about?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Well, did you ask him about? I'm like, "No, it never came up." Well, how about, did you ask him about? No, it never came. Well, what did you guys talk about? I'm like, I don't remember. It's kind of like an episode of the Nice Guys.
I like the episode of Nice Guys when my husband says to me, "Well, did you listen to the show today?" "Yeah, what did you talk about?" I don't remember.
I don't. Is that you talking to your husband about that, or is that you?
Yeah, no, that's after I've listened to the show, and he says, "What was on the show?" I said, "I don't remember." He says, "But you called in twice." I said, "Yeah, I called in. Each time I hit pause, something stuck out. I called, then I called again." And he said, "What'd you call about?" I said, "I don't even remember that."
Erica, I think you're a dude.
Right? What can I tell you?
I thought originally that was because I had a bad memory. I really did. I thought, I just don't remember. I just don't retain, or something is, there's not a lot of comprehension going on in my head or something. And then I talked to another guy about this, and then several others after that. And I discovered that that's just how we are. Now, I didn't talk to any women about it because I was a little embarrassed. I was afraid that if I brought this up to a woman, she would have said, "Yeah, my husband is just like that," or "My boyfriend's just like that." But I'm now learning something new, Erica, which I will forget after this is over.
Yeah, but this is all pertaining to Nice Guys. So if you ask me, though, something that went on, I have a really strong memory. I can remember crap from kindergarten. So it's I don't know. I haven't figured this one out.
maybe, and just correct me if you think that this hypothesis is wrong, but maybe when you're listening to the nice guys, you're either doing one of two things. You're stepping into the vortex, and that could be the case, and you just can't remember anything because gravity, it pulls it out of you. Or secondly, we actually don't do this. We just hypnotize all of our listening audience to feel like we actually do this, but it's actually like Groundhog Day. We just do the same content over and over again, and everybody forgets it because it's
or it's a third possibility. And I don't drink, so we can't say the third possibility that I was drunk, so that won't work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just was in the moment and enjoying it, and that's all that really matters.
It is. That is really all that matters, and that's exactly how Strick and I feel as we are actually recording the episodes. Is we're just in the episode, we're enjoying it, and we don't really remember anything. And what is also so amazing is when we then go to voicemails and somebody reminds us about what we talked about last week, we still can't remember, but sometimes it's the same subject that we talked about last week, we talk about this week. And as somebody is leaving a voicemail, it's almost like it's a live call.
I got it. Oh, speaking of which, just so, because I don't know, do you have a hard stop at like we're recording now at 5 o'clock? You got to go to Walmart?
No, I have no hard stop. So if we move beyond the 5 o'clock hour, it's our time. You're
okay. All right. So why don't you tell me though how many voicemails? Because if there's like 100 voicemails, I want to make sure I don't load you up with all the topics I brought.
Well, that would assume one thing. That would assume that even if we had voicemails, I would actually know how to play them. So I'm gonna say for the, it's so funny. As soon as you said the word voicemails, I'm like, I know we got voicemails because I saw them come into my inbox. I don't know where they are anymore because I have inbox 0, so I have I have no messages. I'm sure Ashley put them in our voicemail.
That's an interesting topic.
Hold on 1 second. I think I actually have a way to do this. Now let me just go let me go voicemail in my inbox. Do a search.
Now, if I was Strickland, I would be singing Girl from Ipanema, right?
Ipanema. Absolutely. All right, so you're going to have to help me with one thing. Okay. Here's the one thing. Okay. I believe that October 1st was, what day of the week was October 1st?
Well, today is the 9th and it's Wednesday. So last Wednesday was the 2nd. So the 1st had to have been.
All right. Well, Tuesday. It's okay. It's all right. I think I figured this out, even without your help here. I think that Friday, the ones that say Friday that are in the voicemail box are the only Friday.
Has to be the 4th.
Yeah, it says Friday. Let me see if I click on Friday. Does it tell me what day? Yeah, Friday, October 4th. So if it came in Friday, October 4th, that means it needs to be played, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So let me try something here. I'm gonna
watch it be from me.
Well, you know what? There's no. I can actually, if I go in this way, I'm cheating the system, which isn't really good. I can see that we have 4 voicemails from Jared and 3 from Tennessee Tim.
Whoa.
Okay.
All right.
But here's the challenge. I don't have the theme song from
the fuckery theme song.
No, I don't have anything. I don't know.
Oh, you don't have the voicemail from Jared?
No, I don't even know how this is going to get to be published. So if you're hearing this, it's been a miracle.
Okay, I could try to sing the voicemail from Jared, but nobody would really want to hear that.
No, let's just say
got a voicemail from Jared.
Voicemail from Jared. It's something about
we got a voicemail from Jared.
If anybody else, it's not right or something.
Nobody else will call.
Right.
We got a voicemail from Jared.
Oh, screw the rest of y'all. That's right. Okay, well, we got that. So we could do it. We could just get them out of the way early now that we've played the theme song. And now that I'm already interrupting between the theme song and the first message. So I'm right on track here. We could really do these early.
Do it. Let's do it early. Why not? Turn things on their head.
All right. So nice guy community. If what I'm about to do doesn't work, you're going to hear about 8 minutes of blank space. Okay. So I don't really know. I wouldn't know how to eliminate that. Strick and I never talked about how this is actually going to make it to publish. So I'm either going to have to rely upon Mark, our editor, to actually put this together, or if Strick hasn't actually left yet to go on vacation because of Hurricane Milton, maybe he'll be doing this. I don't know.
All right. Well, give it a shot. I can always hum Ipanema.
Okay. So I'm going to click to share sound. I am going to then go over to desktop. Here we go. Google Chrome. Okay, good. And then I'm going to hit share. Okay. Now, Erica, you've got to give me a thumbs up if when I start playing this, you can actually hear it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Here, I know this is earlier than we've ever done this, Nice Guy community. Sorry, we didn't actually get you into the episode. There was no foreplay. We're just going straight for.
There's going to be afterplay though, so you know.
Oh, okay. All right. So here we go. Voicemail number 1.
Go.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. And Sally's in the house.
Nice.
Wow, Sally. We're not even 5 minutes in, and I had to call. It's got to be you. It's definitely not these two fuckers. Anyways, you guys are talking about posting in the Facebook group, trying to go live, and Sally asked you about, have you ever posted in the Facebook group for everybody to join? Yeah, it's kind of, I think so, but it's been pretty much the same response. Cricket. Well, first of all, you can't get 99.999% of us to pick up the phone and call. And I like to think the majority of us don't just sit on Facebook waiting for a notification at some random time on some random day that the nice guys, hey, we want to go on Zoom or go live or anything. Come watch or come join us.
Yeah. We didn't really prep.
Yeah,
anybody.
man. If you guys want people to pop
I
in
do.
like that, you're gonna have to do something more.
That's
like,
right, you did.
Hey, every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're gonna do this.
That's a lot of prep.
And then you have the right to say, but nobody joined, and it was cricket. But I mean, we all know that's too much fucking work for you to plan that far ahead. So it's just gonna be random, and you're gonna get lucky, or you're not gonna get lucky. So. All right, fellas. Appreciate you. Love the show. Can't wait to hear the rest of today's episode. And Sally, thanks for shining up the show some today. You haven't even talked much, and I know you're going to do it. So, all right, fellas. See you later.
So, Erica, your memory, I'm sure, is better than mine in this particular case. Now, Jared is calling in, and he's referencing Sally, but is this before...
Yeah,
he dropped. It must be before the bombshell.
So all he did, all he literally did was he saw Sally sitting next to Strickland at this point. That's it. So he doesn't even know the bombshell at this point.
And Jared, just so you know, we do have the only person that actually waits for the notification. It's right over there. She's waiting. Erica waited. I don't even know. Gave you no forewarning, correct?
That's right. It was one of those divine timings. I happened to pop onto Facebook. I happened to see the notification, and it was whatever day that was, because that isn't normally a day that you record, right? That was a
Wednesday.
A Wednesday, which I wouldn't have even. Anyway, it was divine timing.
I don't know about you, but I used to get notifications like when somebody goes live, and then it's like so many fucking notifications.
I turned all mine shit off.
Yeah,
no, I have none.
I have none either. I'm actually really, really pulling back from social media. I haven't been on Instagram, with the exception of JJ saying, "Hey, I just made you a co-collaborator or collaborator on a post. Could you just like it?" So then I have to go and review it and accept it. But other than that, I haven't even been on social media. And Instagram.
That's one of my topics is X, by the way. I got a lot of rant to do about that.
Oh, God. I don't even understand X anymore. It just seems like it just
crap.
has a political agenda that I just don't follow or like.
I have a lot to say about it, but let's not stop this roll that you're on.
Yeah,
you're doing great.
Going. Okay, so this is good. So I've played voicemail number 1, and this is going to be voicemail number 2, and I have not yet completely crashed my system. Here we go.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Rick. Jared here. Voicemail number 2. Motherfucker. I was so excited about commenting with Sally and everything else that I think I actually forgot to say my fucking name. Wow. I think that's probably one of the first times ever. So write that in the book, fellas. All right, guys. See you later.
Okay, well, hold on a second. He still had yet to say his name, because I don't think he said it there, did he?
That's right. No, number 2. He did not.
Jared, okay, wait. You called back
to say
to say I forgot to leave my name, but I don't think you said your name when you called back the second time.
What are you drinking, Jared?
All right, hold on. Maybe he's going to say it in voicemail number 3, or maybe he's going to talk about the relationship because he still hadn't mentioned it yet.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's see.
This is like a story.
Oh, are you savvy enough to do Magic 8 Ball? And can we ask the 8 Ball if Jared's going to say his name?
No, I haven't. It's all on Strickland.
Got it. What do I have here that could be act as an 8 Ball? I have a coin. I have a coin right here. I have a coin. We can flip the coin
flip. Okay.
Well, magic coin flip. So heads is what?
Heads is he recognizes that they have a relationship and he says his name. Tails is he doesn't recognize they are in their relationship and he doesn't say his name.
Okay, here you go.
I forgot which is which.
It's heads. It's heads.
So that means
he's going to recognize the relationship and say his name.
All right. Let's see. Voicemail number 3.
Okay.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Jared here. Voicemail number 3.
All right. So
he said his name.
He said his name. That's good. Jared, you did very, very good. You said your name. Here we go.
What the fuck? Strickland? Sally? Congrats, you 2 crazy kids.
All right, we're 2 for 2 on this. Jared, you redeemed yourself completely. Nicely done. All right, let's continue.
That was, I was like, no way. And then Doug. Then you had to make Erica your girlfriend. All I got to say is thank God Erica got on the call and it wasn't me because, sorry, buddy, I don't want to be your girlfriend. So thank you, Erica. Thank you, Erica, from everybody in the Nice Guy community for taking it for the team.
She's good.
You're the best, Erica.
She is.
Wow. So we get Sally, Erica, Strick and Sally dating. This was just a wild ride of an episode, fellas. You're never going to be able to top this again. I don't think it's ever going to happen. Sorry, fellas.
We're topping it today, Jared.
That is true.
No, you can't do that. You're stuck with us, you fuckers. All right, guys. Love the show. Appreciate you. And can't wait to hear the rest of this smashing episode.
Okay. Well, he is now in the realization that Strick and Sally are an item, which is good. I don't even remember. I guess was that the other surprise that I had that you and I are dating? was that
yeah, it was like yeah. You sort of threw that in. We thought it was funny.
And now look, if we played the game properly, we could have built this into a better thing on this episode. But I forgot completely.
I did too. See, there's another thing we forgot.
I think your husband would probably be mad at me too, and I'm sure JJ would be.
And JJ, no, yeah. Although then we could say maybe JJ and Steve got together, so that's
very true. That's very true. All right, we got one more voicemail from Jared. This is voicemail number 4.
Okay.
Hey, Strick. Jared here. Voicemail number 4, I think. Fuck, I don't know. Anyways, you guys are talking about the Jolly Ranchers. Sally's like, I used to make a shiv, and it's funny because we used to do that as kids too. I guess it just shows the differences in what schools we grew up in. but then, Doug, you started talking about siblings, and you fucking said you had a sibling named Stacy.
I do.
And motherfucker, dude, I don't know if she's your actual sister or stepsister, but I'm so ashamed of myself because as soon as you said that, the fucking song Stacy's Mom's Got It Going On popped in my head. And I'm like, oh, fuck. That's Doug's either mom or stepmom. They got to be like 90. I think it's your mom's or something like that. Oh, I'm so...
Are you thinking that maybe Jared has been drinking as he's left?
I was just going to ask you, does it seem to you like Jared's on a high of some sort? Like,
I don't know if he's on psilocybin or
something.
I know it's not pot because pot would slow him down.
No, he's speeded up. He is clearly. I don't think it's alcohol.
Let's listen a little bit more.
It's something. Caffeine, maybe extra caffeine.
We've only got 11 seconds to figure it out. So let's figure it out. Okay,
ready to go.
Disappointed in my brain. Anyways, I couldn't keep that to myself. I had to call in and make you guys experience it. So enjoy. Love the show, guys. See ya.
If there was a nice, if there was a, there's my first technical error. Sorry, Strick will edit that out. I'm sure somebody's going to have to because I'm not. I think, and Jared, maybe correct me if I'm wrong here, but I really think is that you're just high on life. I really feel like that is probably what you're doing. I don't sense enough slurring of the words to feel like alcohol is involved. So I'm thinking it's just you're high on life and you're enjoying the nice guys as you should be.
It's either that or caffeine. It could be a little bit of caffeine in there, just a little.
Well, it was, let me see, 10:17 a.m. on Friday. That's West Coast time. So East Coast time, that would be 1 o'clock. He's probably on like his third pot of coffee at that point, maybe. Maybe. What do you think? You think?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, if the Magic 8 Ball were here, we could ask that too, but I could flip a coin.
All right. No, I don't know more coin flips. That's fine.
No more coin flips.
It's not dramatic enough as the Magic 8 Ball.
No.
Erica, does green tea, and I don't understand how green herbal, regular tea, is green tea does it have any caffeine or is it decaf?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
But way less. So picture this. The black tea leaves have the most caffeine of tea, but still not as much as coffee, but still a lot compared to green tea, which still has caffeine. They're leaves that aren't as mature and they have less. And then there's white tea, which actually has even less than that. But I'm extremely sensitive to caffeine. So this much tea, I don't know what this probably is. Maybe
what are all
12 ounces?
Are those
12 ounces of tea? I'll be buzzed in a few
that
more
is
sips.
Much more than 12 ounces, Erica. That's probably 24 ounces.
Well, the glass is, but there's a boatload of ice in here. So I watched them pour it in from something that was about, I'm going to guess 12.
When you go in, do you still have the option of the tea and the boba, that like the ball flavor and the tea flavor also?
So this place knows us because we go in at least 3 times a week. So it's organic jasmine green tea. That's what we pick because there's 100 different teas. And then the boba is made with it dipped in honey, not brown sugar, because I won't do brown sugar, just raw honey. And that's it.
Isn't the organic quality of the tea offset by the plastic that the boba is in? It's not how it works.
Most likely, but then I'd have a double whammy if I was having non-organic inside plastic. So I figure, you gotta pick your poison.
And do you wait to consume the bobas till after the tea is gone, or do you enjoy them as the tea is going down? Or is that even like
it's an art, baby. So Steve, this is my husband, Steve does boba while he's drinking that. I'd choke. So I lift the straw up and sip the tea. And then after I do that, then I put the straw back down onto a boba and I suck up a boba.
Oh, I got it.
And then I chew a boba for a bit.
Like a pea shooter.
That's right. Like that's right. So I alternate between taking a sip, chewing a boba, taking a sip, chewing a boba, like that.
And are they given to you via weight or is it quantity of boba?
I think that their usual amount is they just have this scooper thing and they like a scoop and then they scoop it in, and I tell them I want a quarter of a scoop. So I get way less boba than the average.
Now, does that cost you less, or is it
no?
The same
I have
amount?
to pay the same amount, but for me, it's worth it because I'm not going to consume that much tapioca.
It's the tapioca. Okay, I prefer
That's
my
the boba
boba
lesson for the day.
I like rice pudding or bread pudding in my boba. Is that? I mean, do they do them in it? Do they make boba balls in anything other than tapioca? I don't know. It's such a fascinating. It was foreign to me until my last Nice Guys trip or turnkey trip to Las Vegas when I experienced boba for the first time in my life and really enjoyed it. But I did not. I don't know, like, what is the, I don't want to know the history of boba. I just want to understand a little bit more of the makeup of boba.
Got it. So the little round balls are made of tapioca, and predominantly there's a lot of different types of boba. Some are jelly, some are the type this is they're black. Don't ask me why, I don't understand it, but they're made of tapioca. and they're hard in a box, and then they boil them to make them. And most often they boil them and then they boil them in brown sugar, which for me is crap. So I have them instead just boil them plain and then dip them in a little bit of honey.
It's kind of like, I don't know if you remember, but have you ever had steamed crabs on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I lived on the East Coast for a little bit.
Right, that's what I thought. It's kind of like getting East Coast crabs, the hard shell, the blue crabs, but asking for them without the spice on them. You just want to get so when you get your boba, you don't want any of the brown sugar. Do they have to make special boba balls for you?
No, there are other people, not very many, who want it with the honey. It's an option on the menu. But let me say this, and then we don't have to do the boba thing too much, because I don't know how much the listeners like it. I could talk about it all day. You and JJ, the next time you're in the Bay Area, you stop near where I live in the East Bay, and I will take you out for a true boba experience.
Well, and thank you. We will take you up on that offer if we do journey up to San Francisco area. But there is a lot more popularity where I am with kombucha as opposed to boba. Now, I assume that boba popularity is regional, and I don't know why that would be the case other than just having a really good boba shop in your area.
Well, two things. It originated, I believe, in Korea. Very much an Asian thing, and Taiwan, both Taiwan and Korean. So, and we have huge populations here of both in the East Bay where I am, and there's at least 2 boba shops on almost every one of the main streets downtown here. So there's that, and kombucha is a big deal too, but it's a whole different population who tends to go there.
Well, I keep thinking I'd really love to open up because of the popularity of, we have a place called Revel. It's the kombucha place, and they make their own kombucha, and it's actually right across the street where they have their little like industry factory thing. They have 3 huge, ginormous tanks. But there is not a boba place in town. And I know it seems like it would be like the perfect thing. I would assume there's pretty low overhead. You don't have to have like 17,000 varieties of it. So I assume you could probably have boba, a tea fountain and a boba dispensary.
Here's my thing. I would invest with you. I'd go in with you, even though I'm up here. If we opened a tea and boba shop down there, and you also sold jigsaw puzzles and had a couple puzzles out at the table, so people could like hang out, do jigsaw puzzles, and sip boba. And I think it'd make money.
There was a place that was it just closed their doors. They opened since we've lived here, which has only been for 3 years, and they've closed since then. So that means they've been open for less than 3 years. It was a place called Boku, Boku. And it was a cafe, and they sold all like smoothies and vegan and really, really raw, wholesome, good products. But it was $15 for a fucking smoothie. I don't know a lot of people that are going to pay $15 for a smoothie. Now, it was strategically located right next to, and I think Boku actually invested in this, unless I'm wrong. It was on their property, a Tesla supercharger station. So they have, they have like 20 chargers that are there, and some of the generic chargers that even us mortal folk can go to as well if we have an electric car, which I don't, but rented one once. Never happened again. But they just closed their doors. And I kept thinking, I wonder why they closed their doors. And then I really had to think about it. And I'm like, well, because anytime I've gone in there for a smoothie, it's been like between $12 and $15. Right. Is anybody willing to pay that? Like, what is a typical 20-ounce boba?
This one right here cost me $6, but I always give them 50-cent tip. So $6.50. So, it's a bit of a habit in that Steve and I get them about 3 times a week. So say we're getting 2, and that's $13 right. 3 times a week. Figure it out. I don't even want to think about it.
That's a lot.
But it's still it's entertainment for us. It's a break from the day because we both work out of the house and we need a break. But I don't think I would spend $15 on a smoothie 3 times a week.
I just think the other thing about it is, and Reno, if you're listening, God bless you. I'm sorry that your store is closing, but I think they mismanage their money. I think they're into drugs, actually. I think they probably are a little bit into some activities that I don't know. It just doesn't align with having smoothies for some reason.
I think you and I could open a boba shop and make money, buddy.
I don't disagree with you. I really, my first love, as you may know, as I may have talked about on the show before, my first love is I really want a Dunkin' Donuts shop.
Oh, well,
I really do. I really do. But you know, I don't think they would allow me to open up a Dunkin' Donuts. And the other thing
because of Ohio's rules about
about having a franchise in town. But the other thing is, I don't think I could get up that early, because don't you have to get up super early? I wouldn't have to get up
for boba
at 4 a.m. for a boba shop, but I would.
Oh, hell no.
Right.
No, for Dunkin' you might have to, but for boba, she doesn't open until 11 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I know it only takes her half an hour to make the boba. So
Then the other thing is, what kind of, I'd have to come up with some sort of business model that I put people on a subscription service, so that no matter whether they come in or not, I still get paid. Because for me, a subscription boba would seem like that would be cool, because I really feel like a lot of people are very similar to you in you either love it or you don't love it. I'm not saying you hate it, but you either love it or you don't know about it.
It's like cilantro. Yeah.
I could see myself getting sucked into the bubble of boba. That's interesting. The bubble of boba, and where I would say, all right, I'm willing to put up my $50 a month. And for $50 a month, I get a subscription to boba where I could go in as often as I want to with my cup.
Yep.
I can't bring 2 cups and have them filled, but I can bring in $50 a cup. I can have my cup filled and have boba. And look, some people are going to come in every day, and some people you're going to win and you're going to lose, just like in the podcast production business, right?
And you would bring it. You'd be helping the environment if you also brought in your own metal straw, because these straws that they put in here that are big enough for the boba. I actually have a metal one. I just did give it to Steve to bring today. But these fuck up the environment big time.
Well, the inventor of the boba straw was actually not the boba companies. It was McDonald's when they started to have those shakes. I don't know if you remember, but those were the biggest diameter fucking straws I ever saw. I used to go in for a straw. I love strawberry shakes at McDonald's. It probably has no strawberry in them. It's probably all plastic. But I would go in and get a strawberry shake, and I'm like, God, I can barely get my mouth around that straw. But gosh, I loved them. And then I went into boba last year when I went in with Turnkey, and I'm like, this brings me back to 1982 when I used to have strawberry shakes at McDonald's with my 6-piece chicken McNugget the first year they came out, or whatever it was.
All right, to be continued. Where are we with the voicemails? I wouldn't be doing my job. Yeah.
I really appreciate you being the riverbanks here. I really do, because I'm so much the river right now. I am flowing everywhere, and I really need this. And this is exactly, Strickland keeps me right here, right where you do. I appreciate you filling the role of Strickland quite nicely.
Very welcome. Okay, so we're back to the voicemails.
Yes. All right, this is our next voicemail. I'm not going to tell you who it's from. I'm just going to play the message, but the next 3 messages are from this person.
Hey, Doug and Strick, Tennessee Tim. First off, I want to say super, super congratulations to Doug. To Strick and Sally. I'm very, very happy for y'all. And as mayor of the Nice Guy community, I declare the day of the show, October 4th, the coming out day, the day of happiness. Forever known, this day will be the day that Strick and Sally are happy. So I'm very happy for y'all, and I hope the 3 of you, Strick, Vera, and Sally, are all very happy. Talk to you later. Love the show.
Yeah, what did you think about that, the whole Sally Vera thing?
As someone who changed her name when I was 21, first, middle, and last, I understand the need to change your name. I don't understand the need to use both, but I heard her explanation about why her mom's still on the planet not. So I honor that. My parents just had to put up with it, but I get it. So I understand that part. I think I'll stop there.
I remember being in either 5th or 6th grade, and somebody had either come in, and I'm like, oh man, this is really cool. This is like somebody that uses their middle name. It was like Bernard Mark, and he used his first name. I mean, his middle name is his first name, Mark. And I'm like, that's not actually what happened, because my cousin's name is Bernard Mark Allen, and he uses Mark Allen as opposed to Bernard Allen. I'm like, well, that makes sense, but I can't remember who it was. But I said, hey, this would be really cool. I could either go by D.A. Sandler, which I think is really a good like author name, or I could just be Alan, because that's my middle name. And I really wanted to be Alan. I'm like, I don't like Doug. Doug is, then I started looking up like,
and Doug. You're not Douglas, right? You're just plain Doug.
No, not Douglas, just Doug. And then I looked up what Doug meant, and it says mysterious from dark water. Like, whoa. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. So I wasn't sure how to. I'm like, okay, well, what's Alan mean? I'm like, I don't know. I never looked up what Alan meant. I just knew it had to be better than what mysterious dark water came from.
I'll look up Alan while you listen to the next voicemail.
Wow, you're moving us right along. Okay, all right, here we go. Yeah, we came up with collectively probably 20 topics. I don't know that we're going to get to any of them. just so you know.
That's right. But
all right, voicemail number 2 from Tim.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug and Strick, Tennessee Tim, voicemail number 2. Talking about the cruise and sneaking liquor on board. In a previous life job, we had an incentive trip, which was a cruise every year. For 10 years, I went on a cruise, one cruise at least every year. So when you're on a cruise for a whole week, you need to subsidize your liquor consumption because it's very expensive to drink on a cruise. We had these things, got them from a company called Rum Runners. They were these clear plastic bags, bladder, guaranteed to get through any inspection or x-rays on the cruise. So, inspectors, I will put a link in the Nice Guys group for that to help you out on your cruise. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Here's my comment about that. Maybe you have a comment first, because you go first. I have a definite comment.
I actually don't, because I was looking up the meaning of Alan. So you go, okay. You go, and then
the comment about that. So Tim was talking about he has a bladder that you could get. It's like a plastic bladder that you could use when you go on board a cruise ship that will actually help you smuggle your liquor on board. And the first thought I had was, if it comes down to having to smuggle liquor onto a cruise ship, don't we have a problem? That's the first thing I thought.
Yep.
But when I realized, the drink package is like $80 per person, and if you have 2 of you in your cabin, you both have to have the drink package. So I'm thinking it's $160 times 7 or times 6 at least. I don't know. I can't do math really well, but it's like $800 or $900 for just booze.
I don't drink, so I don't drink alcohol. So for me, it's not a big deal.
Well, fortunately, Erica, they capped the limit at 15 drinks per person. So can you imagine drinking? I mean, what person could actually consume 15 drinks on a cruise to begin with?
Are all the drinks the same price? Or if you order, I'm making it up, if you order a glass of white wine, is that the same price as if you ordered gin and tonic or something?
No, I don't think so. I think they have a bunch of different levels. They probably have the house level, and then they probably have the like the martini level, and then they probably have like the premium drink,
Dom Perignon champagne level.
Yeah, or something like that. Is Dom Perignon even like a premier brand anymore? I keep thinking it's like,
I don't know. See, I know nothing about it. That just came to my head, but
I got it.
I guess somebody could drink that much.
We moved into our house. I think it was 2021. JJ's probably gonna kill me for not remember when we moved in here, but I'm gonna say it's about 3 years ago. I think it's going on 4 years. And the guy that lived in the house gave us 2 bottles of something. One bottle was a bottle of wine. His last name was Lenz, Lenz. So he gave us a label from Lenz, no relation to him. And the other thing he gave was, he left behind a bottle of Dom Perignon. And I'm like, that was really kind of him to leave this bottle behind, which I think typically in the olden days used to sell for $100. It was like the first 3-digit bottle of something that I ever got. So I said, hey, you left behind, no note, no anything. I said, you left that behind. She goes, yeah, I'd had it for years. It's been in the garage. So it's been like heated and cooled and heated and cooled, heated and cooled. He says, it's probably really bad. And I can recall opening up a really old bottle of Dom, that same thing, heated, cooled. And it was horrible. I mean, it probably had gone bad like 20 years before. So he wasn't doing us any favors. I don't remember why I even went there. So let's get to the third voicemail from Tim. Here we go.
All right, and then I'll tell you what Alan means.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you want to do it now?
No. Play this one and then I'll tell you.
Voicemail number 3, I think. I didn't leave one last week, so I'm trying to make up for it, I guess. On your tractor, man, the
Jimmy.
ultimate J name
Jimmy.
has to be Jared.
That's true, but it's Jimmy.
There's no other contest. But if you decide to use something else, a couple other J names, good Jewish names for you, Jedediah, or Jeremiah. You could call
Jimmy.
it Jerry for short.
Jimmy.
You can have Jerry, Jewel, and Joe. But if you wanted to go away from the J's, when I first thought of you getting that tractor, I thought of Green Acres and the city boy, Oliver Douglas, who goes to the country and he's driving a tractor that looks, I'm guessing, kind of like yours.
That's
so you
true.
could name it Oliver. That's just my 2 cents worth on naming the tractors. Talk to you later. Love the show. Bye.
I think you gave me the name Jimmy, didn't you, Erica?
I did. I told you that day I was, what came across the news was that Jimmy Carter had turned 100.
100.
And I know all the work he's done for Habitat for Humanity and clearing land and building houses. And I thought, man, just like Doug's tractor, he did good in the world and he's an old guy. And I thought, Jimmy. So I just
Jimmy.
like it.
I do too. And I want to say, just for the record, that while he probably did not do wonders for the economy, I think the interest rates were like 17.5%. I think inflation was horrible and all of that other stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a good guy.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. And that's sort of the feel about your tractor. Is it's
I agree
sort of
with
like
you.
this good machine.
I went out there, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, I haven't ventured outside today. I went out there yesterday. I started the tractor up because I was away for the weekend. JJ had an amazing event, 4 days of healing and good vibration and just a whole bunch of community. Man, she can fucking talk to a room of people and inspire them. And just, it is amazing. I really do feel like when I get in a room and then I get in a big circle with literally 35 women and one other guy and me, it's the best thing ever. I don't think we have enough circle time as guys. Now, guys might call circle time something else when you're a guy, but I really feel like circling up with a bunch of women sharing their emotions, there is nothing more healing than that.
Amen. Amen, Sister Doug.
I don't know why I got on that topic other than Jimmy Carter. I don't know how Jimmy Carter got me to JJ.
I don't know how you got there.
I went away for the weekend. I hadn't started Jimmy up in several days, so I started Jimmy up. Jimmy just starts right up.
So there you have it.
Yeah, it felt good. I did have a little bit of an issue with my 2011 Highlander. I got down to Redondo Beach, where JJ's event was, right on the beach, and went to start my Highlander up, and I heard this loud thunk. And it blew all the oil out of the bottom. I'm like, what the hell was that? Fortunately, I was literally a quarter of a mile away from a service station, a Firestone station, took it into the station, and it blew the oil cooler, which I didn't even know what an oil cooler was, blew the oil cooler. It was an $800 repair. But I'll tell you, in all of the years that I've had my car, that's really been the only thing that I've ever had to do to my car. And I'm like, I feel like I'm putting money back in a good spot, my car. And I love my Highlander.
I'm so glad you said that you didn't know what an oil cooler is, because I sort of put you in the category of a guy who knows everything there is to know about cars. And so when you said an oil cooler, I thought, shit, I don't know what that is. And so then you said it and I'm like, yes.
Well, think about it for just a moment. The oil that runs through your engine, it gets hot because the engine gets hot. So I think to make the car more efficient, it takes the oil outside of the engine. It runs it through a bunch of tubes. The tubes run through the radiator, not that it mixes fluid with the radiator, but the pipes run through the radiator. And it returns to the oil pan. And so I'm like, well, that completely makes sense. So I looked it up. I have never seen this part ever in my entire life. I had no idea it even had this part. And I have changed the oil many times in my vehicles, and I have never known what that fucking part was.
Now you know.
Now I know. And now I know the other thing, which was incredible, was it's only about a $250 part, but because of the location and because I have an East Coast car, it took them forever to get through all of the rust.
That included labor.
Yeah. The $800, it was $780. The $780 included about 3 hours worth of labor to undo all the bolt. And I'm like, thank God they would have done it. For them to take 3 hours, it probably would have taken me 8 hours on my car.
So is there an oil cooler everywhere? Like, does Jimmy have an oil cooler?
No, it's on none of my. That's why I was because I don't work on my Highlander. I work on the other cars, the Mustang and the pickup truck.
And they don't have oil coolers.
They don't have oil coolers. Now they do have a transmission cooler, but it's different. I don't even know how to explain it. The antifreeze runs to the transmission rather than the transmission oil coming to the I don't know.
Different. All right. So let's go back to Alan. So this is what Alan means.
Okay.
Alan is harmony. It means also fair and handsome and noble.
So
harmony, fair and handsome and noble.
So here's my question. If you look up Doug on that same app that you just looked it up, does it still mean dark and from mysterious water? Because my question would be about the name and harmony and good look and all of that stuff. And I appreciate you saying all those things because the app says it. But aren't we all self-fulfilling prophecies?
Oh, I think we are. Definitely
so when somebody has
No, you're right. Short of the masculine name that means dark water or black river.
Right. I mean, come on.
Let's see. Let me look a little further. You got to go farther.
Okay, go deeper.
Let's go deeper. Masculine name, Scottish and Irish roots. Mysterious as the trenches of a riverbed.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate
it's sure to help your baby embrace their moody soul.
All right. So when I hear that, I think, how did I don't identify as Doug. I identify more as Alan in this particular case. Now, I've always been called Doug, but I've never really liked my name, but kind of like people don't like their voice. It's like, well, you just kind of get used to it, you know?
I changed mine.
You changed your voice?
I changed my first, middle, and last name because of that.
When were you wise enough to realize that could be something that would be done?
I was 21. I waited till then. I actually began exploring when I was about 19, right after high school. I've always didn't like it. I know I will never say it, what it was, but I didn't like it. And I began exploring what was possible. And then when I learned in the state of California, it was as easy to do as it is. Believe it or not, in the state of California, you can change your name with usage as long as you're consistent and you get something notarized.
Wow.
But it has to be consistent and you have to use it everywhere. Your driver's license, your voter registration, blah, 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 blah.
I got questions. Who pushed back? Who gave you some pushback on that? Did your parents give you pushback on that?
You have to understand what kind of a kid I was at that age.
Okay.
And they knew better than to give me pushback because they were both encouraging of me taking a stand for myself. I think it was the most hurtful to my dad when I changed my last name, but then in that old school world, he was like, well, you're going to get married and change your name anyway. That was his thinking then. And so, okay. And then with my mom, this is a long story, but it was her middle name. And it was really sad for her, but she actually was even involved in helping me pick out my new name.
Wow. Okay.
So they embraced it. They took them a while to get used to it. But even to this day, my mom's 90 and she calls me my new name.
Okay. So I think that when a parent realizes the level of importance of something that something holds for their child, I think that the acceptance of that is just as significant as the change to the person making the change.
Absolutely.
So the fact that they embrace that, they're like, hey, look, it's much better to lose the battle, win the war. It's like, let's lose this battle because we're gonna come back and fight on other things, and maybe we'll win those things. So their acceptance of the new name, was it did it mean a lot to you at the time, or did it mean nothing to you at the time?
Because
some people feel like they're entitled.
I would say at that age, at 21, I sort of felt more entitled. Now it has more meaning to me that their acceptance was that it happened. And at that point in time, I was just, I don't know. The expression feeling your oats is something totally different, but I was feeling my power at that point. And it was something I could take control of and do and stake my claim in the world and say, here I am, and this is me.
Aside from your parents, do you have anybody that dates back to that age where they called you that old name?
Oh, I'd have a hissy fit. In fact, people even on Facebook, there are friends of mine from high school and college who, my first year in college, after that I changed, my name was changed, who would see me years later and refer to my old name, and I would say, nope, this is who I am. And they got it. So you just don't look at me and look me straight in the eye and I say, nope, this is me.
Right.
And they're like, okay.
And when did you meet Steve? How old were you when you met Steve?
We married when I was 30. We met when I was 28. So I was already 7 years into my.
You were seasoned.
I was seasoned by then, and he knows the whole story anyway.
Yeah.
So we're good. I don't know what it was I was supposed to be looking up, but
that's okay.
I stopped. But let's go back to something. So we both had this list. Now, obviously, we aren't going to tag on every single item, but what I thought I would do was I'll read you everything that's on my list.
Wow. Okay. This is good.
You tell me which one of these things, which one of these things stands out, and we'll just do that one.
This is fair. So we're going to have, and we'll go one for one. You're going to do one topic and I will do one topic. I'll read you all of that because I categorize my topics too. So you tell me yours, I'll tell you mine, and we're going to pick one from your list and one from mine. This is a good way to do it because now we have buy-in from the other.
So here are the topics that are remaining because we've covered a couple of them.
Oh, okay.
One of the topics, your inheritance. Another topic, plans for your big birthday in December. Another topic, what's pissed you off lately. Another topic, have you ever asked Siri to tell you a joke? Another topic, Steve's skincare routine.
Oh yeah.
Another topic of podcast I'm listening to, I adore. That's political, by the way. Why I hate bartering. And my neighbor's 1960 Cadillac. Those are the topics.
But thank you for sending me the photo of your neighbor's 1960 Cadillac. That's a very cool car. I've never worked on a car that's
not his. That's part of the teaser.
Oh, I got it. Well, the first three really did intrigue me the most because I think they were pretty easy topics to cover. Inheritance update. What were the other two?
Inheritance topics, plans for your big birthday in December, and what's pissed you off lately.
Okay, well, these are really easy, so I could probably just go through the three of them, and we can adjust the rules just slightly. Inheritance update. I've sent I've left a message for the attorney, and I've left a message for the executor of the estate. I've not heard back from either one. That's never a good sign, but they can't take me out of the will. That's all I know. So that is an update. I've not heard. The only thing that's really interesting about this is I'm not getting access to the property that's in the house, but they are going to have either an estate sale or a company come and just trash the shit that's in the house. And I said to the executor, the person that's handling it, who is the son of not my cousin, I guess technically he's my cousin, but not really my cousin. I said, I really would like to have some photos. There's not value, nothing of value. I just want some photos. You can keep anything that you feel has a value if you feel like I'm approaching you because I want something that's of value. Not at all. Like my mom, who was at the time 89, 91 now, 89, when she went to my uncle's house, my aunt, because my uncle had been gone for 7 years, said, "This was your mom's," my mom's mom, so my grandmother. "This was your mom's, so I want to give it to you." It was a pot. It was like literally not like terracotta, but just like a something that holds a plant. Okay.
Oh, okay. A planter pot.
It was about as big as a toaster.
Okay.
Toaster oven. And I'm like, I said to my mom, "I'll go and get it because you can't take it on the plane. I'll go and get it." So I went back there and got it, and it's now in my house. And I'm like, absolutely no value to it at all. It's shipped, it's broken, but it was my grandmother's, who I never had an opportunity to meet. Like, I just want some photos. Why he would not just respond, just to say, "Hey, I've done it already. I've trashed everything. I'm sorry. I forgot to call you," because I reminded him like 6 times, "Please don't forget to call me." I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I finally just like, I'm going to call the attorney and see if it's been done. And now the attorney's not calling me back. So I'm like, I know I'm being a thorn in the side, but I look at the list of people that have inherited things in the will, and there's like 8 of us. And I'm sure that the other 7 are much bigger pain in the asses about the money than I am. Look, I can't wait to have the money. It'll be really nice to have extra money in my bank account, but I don't give a fuck about the money. I'm going to make my own money. It's nice to be able to have it, but it's like, I don't want the money. I want the photos, because there are probably photos that I've never seen before that I really want to see. So that's my inheritance update. I'll keep you informed.
Okay.
What was
Next
the other
one? Plans for your big birthday in December.
I am not, this December 4th will be my 60th. I am not I'm not a birthday guy. I don't really look, I celebrate all year round. I get everything that I want because I buy it myself. I don't want any gifts. I don't look for anything like that. But JJ is the exact opposite. So she likes to do stuff. So this year, I think we may be going to Las Vegas because my former partner, the guy that owned the agency that represented my DJ business, will be there at the same time. And I thought maybe a couple of days in Las Vegas to see some shows would be a good idea.
Oh, that's sweet. And plus I have a birthday present for you too, but only if we have time, I'll tell it to you.
Okay. All right. And what was the third thing? I forget.
What's pissed you off lately?
That's the other thing. I don't know that okay. I'll tell you one thing. Okay. Because this is the first thing, and it's probably the last time I got angry. Last time I got angry was, I spent 30 years as a DJ. And so I pride myself in my ability to be prepared for every event. Never was late, never missed an event, never anything. I mean, I was the Cal Ripken of bar mitzvah DJs. I was like batting, really high in the, what, I don't even fucking know baseball, but whatever. Anyway, so JJ said the night before, we're lying in bed. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock before the next day, which we're going to the event. She says, "Hey, I have a playlist I'm going to give to you on Spotify." And I said, "I can't take it on Spotify. I need to download the songs because I can't access Spotify from my program that plays the music. I may be able to access it on the computer, but I can't access it on the program that I use to play music." And I said, she said, "Well, that's how I'm going to provide it." And I said, "Not acceptable." I'm like, "No, you want me to show up and do the job I'm going to do. I need to be prepared for it." We got into a little tiff about it. She got out of bed. She went, and I'm like, "You don't have to get it." It was like 10 o'clock, 9:30. I'm like, "You don't have to get out of bed to do it." She goes, "No, I'm going to do it." So she ended up doing it, but I overreacted. It was like, no, I could hear myself in my head.
You were hijacked.
I was totally. Yeah. And then I'm like, and I even said to her, like, 10 minutes later, I'm like, "I know I overreacted." Then I had to follow it up with an explanation. And I felt like I could have stopped with "I overreacted." And that's probably where I should have stopped. I think that caused a secondary argument.
As a wife, I will say that's probably where you should have stopped.
Yeah, I agree. So that was the last time I was angry.
I got it. Well, you got topics on your list?
Okay. Yeah. Let me read my topics list to you.
And I get to pick one?
Sure. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
I'm going to pick. I want to pick number 4, whatever the hell it is.
All right. Well, here's topic number 1: the generations and their birth years, because that's totally fucked up to me. I don't even know most of these generations or how the personalities are evolved through these generations. So, generations and their birth years. Second topic was podcast stats. Thought it was important to update the state of the world when it comes as it relates to podcasting. I thought that would be kind of cool. Podcast topic number 4 is weather stats. Whether you would want to be in a hurricane, an earthquake, a nor'easter, or what. So that was topic number 3.
And that we both live in California. We know the answer to that.
Correct. Topic number 4, most popular on Netflix right now. Mm-hmm. Topic number 5 was about the baseball playoffs, which I couldn't give a shit about.
Okay.
Other than, why does this look like it's going to go into November? I thought October was like the limit. I thought it was the law. Baseball couldn't go past October. I didn't know that. Topic number 6 or 7, I don't remember which number, but football season started over a month ago. Do we really need the overlap between baseball and football? How important is that? Because again, I'm not a sports fan, so I don't care. And then the final topic was, of course, it was a little political. It was about Kamala Harris going on Howard Stern, Colbert, and The View, and why not on The Nice Guys? So I just thought it would. Yeah, I was just.
I mean, Kamala, yes.
I never reached out, but I thought it was an important thing to, at least in retrospect, think, well, maybe I should try harder next election season to get whoever the candidate.
The election season's not over, Doug. I challenge you. Reach out.
You think they have some openings in their schedule?
Hell, I'm sure they'd make time.
Well, what is like a state that is like in question? Is there a state that is like up for grabs still that I might want to make sure that I put into the email? Look, we have a big following in X state.
Right now, for me, let's target Pennsylvania, please. If she nails well, you know my political situation. My political leanings are almost identical to Strickland, so you know. Okay. But she really needs Pennsylvania big time. Okay. That would make things a lot easier. So yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go with topic number 4, which is most popular shows on Netflix, and I wanted to see if you happen to know of any of these shows, because I watched a couple of them. Okay. And I thought maybe, and I thought, man, what better thing for two Jews to talk about than the shows that are popular on Netflix?
Now, I want to tell you something. Do you know I'm not Jewish?
No, I didn't know that. You play a very good Jew on the podcast.
but this is funny as hell. So Steve is Jewish. My grandmother was married to a Jew that is my step grandfather, but I was raised with him as my grandfather. So I learned more Yiddish by the time I was 5 than even my husband. But in addition to that, I have to tell you a funny story. So in college, I worked my way through college. I put my own self through college, and
you're definitely not Jewish then.
I got a job. I got a job at the Hillel Foundation on the UC Berkeley campus.
Wow.
And I lied and told them I was Jewish because at that point, my last name was Ross. And it sounded Jewish.
It's very Jewish.
Didn't sound Italian like I was. And I went in, and my second day on the job, I didn't even realize it. But at that point in time, my grandmother had given me a cross because my grandmother's whole Italian side was Catholic. Yeah. I wore the cross to work, and it was my second day on the job. And the director of the Hillel Foundation came in and looked at me, and he said, "I'm not going to ask any questions about your necklace." I looked down, I went like that, but nonetheless, I got to keep my job.
Oh, so she didn't ask, like she might have thought, well, maybe she's involved in a relationship with somebody that's not Jewish, or maybe she has a relative that gave it to her as a gift. And
we never talked about it after. That's all she said. And then I was like, my cheeks turned red. Then I never wore the cross then again.
That was really good. I do remember I was an RA, a resident assistant at a dorm in College Park, Maryland, in my second year of college. I think it was my sophomore year. I was an RA, And they had, at the time, the drinking age was 18, so we would get a little bit nutty. And at the time, we went on what's called an Ellicott cruise. The community center was called Ellicott. We went on a cruise. You get on a boat, you have fun, you enjoy yourself. Yep. And as an RA, you're setting a good example for all of the other students.
Yeah.
Apparently, that night I did not realize I was setting an example. I thought I was just supposed to be me because that's who I am all the time because everybody else is taken. So I decided I was going to be me, and I had a good time, and I partied, and I ended up. I can't remember if I put a dress on or what exactly happened, but I remember. There was a photo, and the photo got back to the RD, the resident director.
Yep.
And I was given a very stern warning by the person that was running the whole area, Ellicott area, and she said, "Now, Doug, is this really a representation? Is this how you really want to represent, somebody that is a good student?" And I'm like, yeah, probably not. So I apologized and I backpedaled a lot and I kept my job, but holy shit. Anyway, it's very similar to your cross incident.
Yep. But
we made it. This job, but we made it. We made it through.
We made it through. All right, go back to the Netflix thing.
Okay. So Netflix. So I've been watching this show, and I watched the entire first season because I think that's all that they have on the show, and it's called Nobody Wants This. Have you seen that show yet?
I'm on episode number 3. I know a lot of people that binge watch the whole thing. We haven't had time, but I'm on episode 3, so don't give me any spoilers.
No spoilers.
What'd you think of it?
Yeah, I really liked it, but what I really liked most about it probably is going to be not what necessarily everybody likes about it. I liked all of the Jewish references because it made me feel like I was stepping into my old hometown. And while I am not heavily religious, I am Jewish, heavy on the ish. And so all of the sayings, all of the personalities, the overbearing mother-in-law, the ex-girlfriend, all of that are all people that have been in my life at one point or another.
That's actually something that we both love about it. And I'm heavily steeped in that culture. I consider myself Jewish. And I mean that with all the love in my heart. I mean, we do everything. We light them we light the menorah at Hanukkah. I use Yiddish more than Steve does. I grew up actually in Jewish community centers. I was raised by a single mom, and the main place that we got support as we grew up was I went to Jewish day camps. In fact, I won a prize for drawing the best menorah, even though I was a little Catholic kid. But it's a big part of my life. And actually, that's something I like about it so far, too.
So I would encourage everybody, it sounds like you would, too. It is the number one show currently on Netflix, but I would encourage you guys to watch Nobody Wants This. It's only got one season out right now. I can't imagine them not having a second season, just the continuation of where we left off, not giving any spoilers there, but the continuation of where we left off. The second show that was on the list, completely the opposite end of the spectrum. It was the Lyle and Eric Menendez story called Monsters.
Oh, God. I have to tell you something funny about that. Have you heard the commercial that advertises that show?
No, where would I hear it?
Well, God, every once in a while I hear it. Where I'm listening to a bunch of I hear it on podcasts. So some of the podcasts I listen to, I list a lot of political stuff, prosecuting Donald Trump, a bunch of them, but nonetheless, there's an advertisement that comes out promoting it. And I swear to God, the guy that does the scream in the beginning, he sounds just like you.
Oh,
I've thought about it several times. I thought, oh my God, that sounds just like Doug Sandler. Oh. Yeah. It must be the kid which one of the kids, which one
Lyle
of the two,
Eric.
which one of them calls 911 and says, oh, my parents got shot.
Yeah. I think that is the younger one. I think
whoever it is, that's what the song, that's the sound bite they play. They go, the 911, you hear this in the beginning of the ad, 911, how can I help you? My parents are shot. And I swear to God, the kid sounds just like you.
So of the top 10, I've only watched, because I watched both the full season of Nobody Wants This and the entire, I think it's 8 or 9 episodes of Monsters. I've watched both of those, but of the remaining 8 that are on the list, Love is Blind, Heartstopper, The Perfect Couple, Mr. McMahon, The Amazing Digital Circus, Unsolved Mysteries, Emily in Paris, and Prison Break, I don't know that I have seen. I think I've seen a few episodes of The Perfect Couple, but I don't think I've gone beyond that.
Perfect Couple's the one with Nicole Kidman. We watched the whole thing. I was sort of on it, but I'd read the book. So that was tough. And then Emily in Paris, I've watched all the seasons of that.
Yeah, I think
that's it.
JJ's been into Emily in Paris. I think she's watched all of those seasons. But I'm curious what Mr. McMahon is about. I mean, I know what it's about. It's about the guy that ran the wrestling, the whatever, WWE.
Oh, I have no clue about it.
Okay. I'm interested in hearing a little bit more. I didn't think I was going to like...
Bad Monkey's not on that list?
I know, right? Bad Monkey seems to be a real...
I love Bad Monkey.
Me too. It was so good. So, Vince Vaughn, who plays Clancy, I can't remember.
Yancey.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Plays Detective Yancey. I would think that in real life, he is just like that.
He could play you. If we ever put a cast together of the nice guys, I think he could play you really well.
All right. Who would play Strickland?
Oh, I said that. Seth Godin.
Seth Godin.
Yeah.
Seth Godin would play Strickland.
Yeah.
And no, wait, Seth, not Josh Groban.
No. No. The other guy. Yeah.
Seth, I know who you're talking about. He was in hold on, I can tell you.
He's a comedian guy.
Yeah, Seth Godin.
Isn't it Godin?
It's not Godin, because Seth Godin is the guy that's the marketing guy. Seth Groban. Hold on. Seth Groban.
God, I can't believe I don't know that.
I think it's Seth Groban.
How are we doing for time, by the way? I feel like
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Not really.
Hold on a second. Seth Groban. That's it. He's
Groban. Okay, there you go.
There's a huge difference between Seth Godin and Seth Groban.
See, but if you've had a little bit of green tea to drink, you don't.
Oh, really... that is true. That is true.
Okay, so that's who would play Strick, and then Vince Vaughn could play you.
All right,
because you're tall, right? Vince Vaughn is like 6'6".
Yeah, I think he's even taller than I am. But I guess more importantly, Erica, who would play you, and who would play Emily, and then who would play Sally?
Well, the young girl that plays Emily in Paris. Lily Collins, she's got to play Emily.
Okay.
I mean, she looks like they look alike from my perspective. I think she do a good job.
Who would you want to have play you?
I'm. You know how they say if you're in the jar of peanut butter, you really can't read the label. I don't know who said that, but so I'm in the jar of peanut butter. I don't have a clue.
Okay. Well, we'll have to.
You'll have to think on it.
Nice guy community. We'll leave that up to you to decide who is going to play. Who's going to play Erica? Very good. I'm curious who would play Tennessee Tim. You know what? I think that playing the role of Tennessee Tim would be a really, really clandestine. Is that the right word? Clandestine. Montreal Maurice. That's who could play him. I think Montreal Maurice could play Tim given the right script.
Or it might have to be an actor that can play both.
That's true.
Both, that they could play Tennessee Tim and the alter ego.
Are you watching it's not on Netflix, but are you watching Only Murders in This Building? Have you seen that at all?
I have not.
No. Have you seen any of Only Murders in the Building? Not even one episode.
Not even one episode. Is it good?
I like it. I like it as a fill-in show when my main shows aren't available.
See, there you go. I got fill-in shows. Never watched, and I think I've said this to you guys a bunch of times, and maybe it's too lightweight for you. I don't know. Did you ever watch? It's only The Extraordinary Attorney Woo.
No, wait a minute.
Korean. I know JJ would love this. It's only one season, but it's long. There's like, I don't know, 16
The Extraordinary
episodes.
what?
Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Korean with subtitles, and it's better than when you watch it with dubbing because they offer it both ways.
You know, part of the challenge for me, I saw the preview of this where he's going on like a job interview or something like that. Is one of the attorneys going on a job interview, or is it? Am I thinking the wrong show?
Wrong show.
Okay. The challenge that I have.
The attorney Woo is a young woman, and she's on the autistic spectrum.
Got it. Okay, so I don't know why I have a problem with this because I watch subtitles anyway, even for English shows. So
do I.
Yeah, because I
don't watch TV without it. Don't want to miss anything.
I like to, and JJ, sometimes she'll get up and she'll go in the kitchen and she'll make noise and she's like, just keep it going, just keep playing it. She can hear it. I can't hear it because she's doing something with a blender. So I'm usually watching the subtitles, or if I'm watching something and she's cooking or doing whatever, I like the subtitles. But why am I challenged with watching subtitles?
But you do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm not challenged, meaning why can't I read the subtitles? Why wouldn't I just as easily watch a show that is not in English and just read the subtitles anyway? Because I'm always reading, even when I don't know. So
then the best way for you to do the Attorney Woo, even though I said not, you have two ways you can get it: is do the dubbed version, and then it has subtitles. So that's your answer.
The dub version, I feel like it's there's a lot of imposter syndrome that goes on with the dub version.
Well, there is, except in this case, they actually used a very, very fluent Korean woman to read. I think you could give it a shot.
Okay.
Just give it a shot and see what you think. And it's anyway, it's cool. I have another question that's related to this, and I won't segue us out of this too much, but you mentioned something in the passing when I asked about your birthday thing, and you said, I'm not big on birthdays, blah, 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 but JJ is. Does JJ is one of her love languages gifts? Like, does she like herself to plan parties, or does she love and celebrations, or does she like gifts?
That's an excellent question. You would assume that someone that has a attraction to birthdays probably has the love language of gifts, but that is actually not even one of her top three. I don't think her number one is quality time. When she enjoys a birthday, she's not enjoying it for the gift receiving. She's enjoying it for the time that one spends together, which is why she has a birthday month as opposed to a birthday day. So,
woman after my heart.
Great question, though. Really good.
Got it. The reason I asked that also was if you ever in the market for a present for JJ, I have an idea. That's another story.
Would it be like waiter boots or something like that for going fly fishing or something?
No, more in the metaphysical aura protection, a little bit sparkly bling.
But different. It's bling. Okay. Because I remember.
I've got one on my neck.
Got it. So something like that would be very, very cool. I like that. I'm just the worst jewel giver under the sun.
Well, in this case, I'll tell you more about it. But what you give her is you gift her what she works out. But the woman who helps you pick this out is she does a half an hour reading for you of your body type and your energy and which stone is going to balance your energy best. And then she lays out the ones that'll work, and then you pick from there. So it's a whole process. It's pretty cool.
So it's not fly fishing boots then is what
that's
you're saying.
Right. It's not. No, sorry. But you know.
So what they do for me is they connect me online with a fishing guide, and the fishing guide spends a half hour with me trying to figure out what my favorite river is, and then they determine what kind of waders and boots that I would need so that I get to buy my own boots.
But we know the aren't your three favorite rivers the ones where you're going to have your kids scatter ashes?
Yeah, very good memory. So that's the Kenai River in Alaska, the Farmington River in Connecticut, and the Snake River in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Wow.
And Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to my kids, or at least I think my son is really going to be the I see my son going on this journey. I don't see my daughter doing it, not because I don't love my daughter, but I don't see my daughter my daughter will do it to get it done, and my son would do it because I think he would pick up some moments of reflection in each one of these. You know, my son was born in 96. So how old and he was, so that would make him, he's 28 right now. He's coming back to me. He's coming back. And I so enjoy, he will reach out. He'll ask questions. He'll ask advice. He's asking money questions. He's asking questions about travel. He's bringing up old trips that we took in his desire to want to do stuff like that again. I mean, I feel like I'm a brand new dad all over again.
Oh, that's so sweet. You know, it would be, here's an idea. I don't know. But if you pick the spots on the river now while you're alive, and you actually got a bench on each of the 3 rivers, and you had those benches installed right now with, in memory of Doug or whatever. And then that could be the spot where he goes and reflects, where they throw them.
It kind of reminds me, though, a little, as you're saying that, though, Erica, of the guy that, or the wife, or the mom that puts up the little cross on the side of the highway where their son was hit by a car.
Oh God! Oh God!
It's like God. Somebody's got to maintain those, and by the time. Maybe when my son goes there, maybe the bench will be good that year, but then it gets to be like dilapidated, and then a bear shits on it. The one in Alaska on the Kenai River.
Not good. Not good. All right, scratch that idea.
So I do appreciate the idea, though. It was a great idea.
I love the fact that you and you're a new dad all over again.
That's I feel that way. I do feel that way. Erica, we are an hour and 25 minutes into this. Did you ever think we were going to get here and literally cover 2 topics?
I did not, but I have to finish with the damn neighbor's car. That's the thing that pissed me off. So that car I sent you a picture of, that's what that car would look like if it weren't in the shape that it's in. So if you or anybody in the community knows anybody who is willing to tow a goddamn Cadillac 1960 fallen apart rusted thing, our neighbor has parked in the street for the last 20 years and he won't let go of it. He doesn't run. It looks like crap. It's rusted out. And I'm like, why don't you just get the damn thing towed off the block and somebody can pay you for the
I'm going to restore it one day, Erica.
20 years from now, right? What is it with guys and the cars that they say they're gonna? Either you do it or you don't. Sorry, but that's my rant.
No, I'm with you. There are people that have held on to these old fucking Mustangs, these fastbacks, which have value. They've held on to these Mustang fastbacks for decades and decades and decades. The car is 60 plus years old, and they're like, well, I'm going to restore it. And I'm like, you don't even have an engine in that thing. You're no wheels on it, no engine. It's rusted out. At some point, a rusted out Cadillac is not worth anything as a rusted out shell of a Mustang, even though they're valuable when they're restored. You've got to get it restored. Why don't you give it to somebody that will restore it so that they can take care of it?
Right.
But anything that's rusted, a guy like me, like, I will only look for the non-rusted versions of the cars because I don't want to. The rust is like cancer; it will never go away unless you cut it out completely and do major surgery on it. And that's just not the type of restoration that I'm into. But
that's just messing up the block. I mean, this whole block has like $2 million houses on it. Why do we need that? I'm sorry.
You don't. No. But if it's not registered, you could probably call the cops and they would take it away.
It's a private street. That's the problem. Well, anyway, so please have Steve O'Brien on the show someday. By the way, that's just.
Yeah, that's probably a great idea. Strick and I have been remiss in making the invitation to him. I'm feeling like Steve is the hardcore. Like he is the bedrock in which this show was built upon, and it would be nice to honor his legacy that way by having him on the show.
I'm calling you out, Steve. Please call in.
Well, that would require him to actually listen an hour and 27 minutes into the show right now.
All right, so are we done?
Yeah, we're done. You do it. You do it. You get us,
Mr. Steve O'Brien. Go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the nice guys. Have fun storming the castle, boys. Yeah, I don't mean to pry, but the nice guys don't by chance happen to have 6 fingers on their right hand, do they?